Works. The stock is up almost 30% in FY17, up around 11% today as we speak to Mr. Shreevar Kheruka, the MD and CEO of the company, joins us now. Thanks a lot, Mr. Kheruka, for joining in. First up, the street really wants to know what exactly is the GST rate which is applicable to your products, and how does that compare with the current tax incidence that the company has? What could the arbitrage be?
So the GST rate that is applicable to both our scientific products and our consumer products overall is about 18%. Of course, we have lots of products, so some are slightly different, but I would say on average it's about 18%. Currently, the tax that is payable, that is in some cases excise duty as well as the VAT that is charged. There will be, in some products there will be tax benefit, others it'll be negative. But overall, I think GST from a taxation perspective will help us reduce some pricing to end customers and will also help us probably narrow the gap between the unorganized players because of more tax compliance. So GST is certainly, in a long-term perspective, will be a positive for us.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Kheruka. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So what is the market share gain that you hope to see post-GST? Maybe not immediately, but say over the next 1 year?
So I can answer that from, we have two divisions. So the consumer products division that we have, there's a lot of unorganized competition, lots of traders who import goods and sell it. And I would say that the organized players would be less than half the market, and the unorganized players is more than half the market. So like I mentioned, I think as tax compliance increases, the unorganized players would have to increase their pricing in the future scenario, and as a result of that, there will be a shift from non-branded to branded players. As far as the percentage gain is concerned, that's very hard to predict. But I do expect a fairly substantial gain. That everybody is kind of predicting in the favor of the organized players.
All right, Mr. Kheruka, you were talking about consumers going into branded products. And talking about brands, in the consumer business, you've launched a range of plastic products. New products, you said, contributed about 13% to your revenues. What is the outlook going ahead as far as contribution to the revenues from new products is concerned?
So just to correct you for a moment, we've launched a range of actually storage products which compete with plastic products. They're actually storage products which have glass bottoms and they do have plastic lids. So these products have done very well in the market, and I think we have an innovation team, product innovation team, that keeps coming out with new items. And we do believe that glass is a better storage medium than plastic for food. It's healthier and longer lasting. And it's also not carcinogenic. In many cases, plastic is carcinogenic. So these benefits we are trying to convey to our customers, and I think there's a lot of potential here for growth in this particular range of products.
If you could put a number to that potential, sir?
It's hard to do that. The plastics is thousands of crores, the market. Glass would be, a couple of hundred. So if we are able to, convert customers from plastic to glass, I think, the market size could be increased very substantially.
Okay. In the past, in fact, as recently as your con call, you had indicated that you're keeping some funds in store for some strategic acquisitions. Any movement on that? How soon can we hear something, anything in the works?
So in the last year, in 2016, we've acquired two companies, and both in India, and one in the consumer product space, one in the scientific product space. We do have funds. Our balance sheet is very strong, so we have funds for acquisition in those two areas. At the moment, there's always talks going on, but there's nothing concrete which I can share with you. And I expect if there's some development, we'll definitely be informing the street on it.
Right, Mr. Kheruka, in the same con call, you also said that you have non-core assets worth nearly 65 crores that you wish to liquidate this year. Any movement on that? By when can we hear an announcement?
These are mainly real estate, and it takes time for this to happen. So we hope to do it sooner rather than later, but we've not signed any concrete agreements with anybody yet. But I hope that should happen soon.
All right, Mr. Kheruka, we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks very much for joining in. So the stock has spiked up.